Hello and welcome friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Nokulunga, your host as you know, and this is episode 2 of the financial series. You will remember that last year, because it's a new year now, 2021, I posted episode 1 on how to earn an extra income. I spoke about whether you start a business, whether you offer your services, whether you find out what skills you have, or whether you get a part-time job. So today's episode is about how to get savvy with it, how to get saving, and how to pay yourself first. I know you've heard this principle before of paying it forward, paying yourself first, because you're important, right? If you are earning that money, shouldn't you get paid? I don't know about you, but I've had times where I get paid and debit, or rather money comes into my account and the debit orders just keep going. And you know, when the debit orders go out, that's you paying other people. However, if you take a moment, the moment you earn, and you say, okay, this portion is going to be mine, and you take that and you put it into a separate account, you are then paying yourself first because you are the money maker. So you need to look after yourself. So making smart money choices is really the first step to becoming financially fit. And the easiest way to save, as I said, is to pay yourself first. Have a particular portion. You know how much money is coming in, and you take a portion of that, be it 10%, be it 20%, and so forth. You can decide, right? Now, there's 3 types of savings. There's short-term savings, there's medium-term savings, and there's long-term savings. And before I explain to you what that is, I just want to remind you guys that, saving 50 Rand is also saving. Some people say, I don't earn enough to save, so I'm going to wait till I earn more. The saving game is about principle. If you get that principle into your head small, while the money is still small, by the time your money grows, you would have been accustomed or adjusted to that principle of saving, and it will become more natural to you no matter what you're earning, right? What will just happen is that if you used to earn 100 Rand and now you earn 10,000 Rand, it just means that your money is going to grow up to a million and even more. Now, guys, when we talk about short-term savings, we're talking about things like a year, 6 months, a month, 2 months, to a year, to 2 years. Medium term, we're looking at, maybe for you, it could be a year to 3 years, or 2 years to 3 years. And long-term savings, we're talking about 5 years, we're talking about 10 years. It's really up to you, right? It depends on your situation and what your goal is. Most importantly, people don't save because they don't have a reason to save. So what many banks have done, I know Time Bank has done this, I know Capitec has done this, they allow you to name your savings pocket, right? So there's the main account, and then there's these saving pockets which you can get to edit and name. So if, for instance, you're saving for school fees like me, you then say further education and training. And every time you get money, you push money into that account. If you want to go on holiday, hopefully after the corona is done, then you can say holiday to Dubai or holiday short left to Durban. It's really up to you what you want to do with it. But the bottom line is to know exactly why you are saving. Nicolette Mashile, my favorite, always says that idle money is bored money, and bored money is gone money. And I'm just referencing her because it actually makes sense. So if you don't know why you're saving, you won't really take it seriously. So guys, remember 3 things: short term, medium term, long term. And if you go into your account and you rename those pockets, you'll be able to even say that. You'll say short-term savings. But now the 4th thing that I'm going to tell you, the key is to not spend that money. Because chances are, the moment you get broke, right, you will tap into that account and you'll start spending that money, especially the short term. I know, I'll pay it back next month. But the reality is, when the time comes, you won't pay for it, all right? So I was just doing a short calculation, and I was like, looking for my phone now. I was doing a calculation and I was like, okay, so if there's 52 weeks in a year and you were to save 50 Rand every single week, you would actually end up with 2.6 in December by the end of a year. And if you're a student, 2.6 is a lot of money, even for anyone. There's so much that you can do with that money. And because you would have saved for it, it would be more rewarding to spend it and to enjoy it. All right, so it's very important to remember these tips. This is episode 2 of the financial series. Hopefully by the end of this the series, you guys would have picked up a thing or two. Feel free to DM me at the bottom. Ask me your questions about money, about savings, about being a youth, any youth development, finding jobs, HR skills, job preparation, whatever skills, CV support skills, whatever you need to ask me, you can definitely drop a line and I'll be able to support you. My passion is young people. My passion is you guys and helping you guys get to the next level. Nobody wants to be a broke student. Alright guys, so remember that I am not a financial advisor, so whatever we chat about on these series is really just basic financial literacy information which I'm sharing based on my knowledge and my skills and some of the mistakes that I've made as well. Now remember we spoke about short-term, medium-term and long-term goals, and we said the duration varies depending on what you are looking for. So let's start off with, you've mentioned what you are saving for, right? We've said school fees. Now, what you do is that you write it down on a piece of paper, right? And you say, okay, how much do my school fees cost? Okay, so my school fees cost, say, 200,000 Rand a year, right? So how much am I going to save every single week? And how many weeks, how many months do I need in order to meet my goal, right? So what you do is then you take the cost of the goal, whatever the price is, you divide that by the number of weeks, right, that you need or that you have before you need to accomplish that goal. And then that is the total that's going to tell you how much you need to save, as well as how much time that you need. So you do the same thing for your short-term goals. You do the same thing for, say you want to do your hair, do the same thing for your medium-term goals, which is, say, going on a short lift to Hermanus, or long-term, which is maybe 3 to 5 years of you maybe going to Dubai or whatever the case may be. Now there is nothing that I enjoy more than watching my money grow, guys. And saving allows you to do that, to watch your money grow. The longer you save, because with savings it's a time game, right? It's about how much you put in, it's about how long you keep it in there for, but also what type of account you save your money in. So there's also something that really works in your favor if you are an investor, and it also works in the favor of banks if they give you credit, by the way. And this is called compound interest, right? So let's say you deposit about 50 Rand, right, or $50. I'm going to use dollars in this case, $50 into your savings account, and every month it grows by 1%. That's the interest rate that the bank pays you for keeping your money there. Because remember, when you keep your money in the bank, you are borrowing the bank money. Basically, you are an entrepreneur. That's what you are. So now, if your money is growing at 1% each and every single month, right? And there are 12 months in a year. Each year, that means that you are earning 1%. That 1% will increase over the course of 3 years. Let's say you keep your money, it's growing 1%, you keep it for 3 years in that account. By the time that period ends, right, you would have earned that 150, we said $50, right? That $150 would have grown in the first year up to $600, right? So it was $50, it grows at 1%. By the end of the year, the balance would be $600 plus the compound interest, which would then be $603, right? Second year, it grows again 1.2, right? That's now the second year. So it's 24 months by that time. It grows again, say, to 1.21. It grows again in the third year, which is now, I think, 36 months, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, because the first 2 years is 24 months. So yeah, it's 36. By the end of the 3-year period, that $50 of yours has now grown to 1.8 something. And all it was It was a $50, it was a 50 rand even. It's applicable. Now, it's important for you to have a look at your account, right? You have a savings account already. Have a look at how much interest do they give you, for how long you keep your money. So if you go on information under your account, you should be able to see when, first of all, they pay you the interest, and two, how much percentage they keep you. I know with some accounts, especially notice accounts, they'll even say, if you give us an extra 10 days notice before you take your money, we will give you a further incentive of however much that they believe that they can offer you, right? Now, here comes my favorite part, true or false. Let me read the questions to you. I promise you, I've only got 5 questions to ask you, and they're not difficult. Question number 1 is, the longer you save your money in a savings account, the more money that you will earn. True or false? The answer is true. And the reason that is because of that thing that we spoke about, which is called compound interest, which means the longer you keep your money, the more it grows, and the more it grows, the more you earn, and so forth, right? So then in that case, with compound interest, it's what you put in initially and what you're supposed to get, because remember, you would still be paying that $50, right, or that 50 rand per week, plus what the bank is giving you, which is that 1% on top of your money. So really, compound interest is really working in your favor if you capitalize on it. And it's the same thing when the bank borrows you money, or any student loan, or anything that you might have. They also apply compound interest, and when the compound interest is working against you, that means you end up paying more. You take a loan for, say, 50,000 rand for fees, and you end up paying like, for say 200,000-300,000 rand more than what you had paid, and that's now compound interest at play. So the question is, the longer you keep your money, the longer you earn. That is true. Question number 2, the easiest to save your money is to pay yourself first. Honeys, that's the first thing I said when we started this channel. I said, you need to pay yourself first, because your body and you are the money makers. So that question is true. Question number 3 is, compound interest is when you earn interest on both the money you've earned and the money you've saved and the interest you earn. Let me repeat that. Compound interest is when you earn interest on both the money you've saved and the interest you earn. Ding, 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 ding. That is correct. It is true. That is compound interest. Question 4. The interest rate on the savings account decreases as you deposit more money. Is that true or false? I don't know, hey? To be honest with you, with question 4, that is false. The interest rate does not decrease as you deposit more money. Most cases with different accounts is that the interest rate remains the same. It remains the same. If they say they'll give you a particular interest per year, it remains the same. It just means that you get more money, but it never decreases. Otherwise, it's like they're taking money from your account. They don't do that. Your money grows the longer you keep it because of compound interest. So if this question were to be true, it would cancel out compound interest, of which it's not. So the question is false. Sorry, the answer is false for this question. Your money does not decrease. In fact, interest rate can work in your favor. Before I move on to the 5th question, if say you have a loan, say you have a house loan or whatever loan you have, if your interest rate is not fixed and it's variable, in the case when the interest rate goes up and down, how much you pay will be affected, but not necessarily in a case where you are saving. If your interest rate, they say, is this, then it will be that you will continue to make more and more and more and more money. All right, question number 5 is, a college fund is an example of a short-term goal. College fund is simply school fees, guys. Is it a short-term goal? Is it a medium-term goal? Remember, we said that a short-term goal could be anything between 0 to 3 months to a year. It depends on you. And then we said medium-term goals is between a year and 2 years or 3 years. It depends on you. So with school fees, if I look at it, if it's school fees for a year, depending on what level you're at, whether it's you just starting out with your studies and how long your studies were, a college fund would be an example of a medium term or a long term a type of goal, depending on when you start saving. So in my case, if I start saving this year now in January for the year 2021, by the end of the year, and I'm hoping to pay my school fees, that for me would be a medium-term goal or a short-term goal, because it's something I'm going to pay within this period of 12 months. So it really depends on you. So I'm going to go ahead and say, yes, that is true, because yeah, it could definitely be a short-term goal. Anyway, that's all we have time for today. I hope you guys are ready for the next episode, which will be fun. That's all we have enough time for today. I hope you're ready for episode 3 of the financial series. Episode 3 is about the word that most people hate. Often people hear the B word and they just cringe. So the B word is budget. Because it all adds up. That's what we'll be talking about next week. We've done the first one, which is how to earn more. The second one, which is today, is about how to save what you earn. And the third one, and part of saving comes from having a budget. People think when you save, you can't have fun, but actually you can budget your fun money in your budget. So next episode, let's talk more about it, and I hope you guys are going to enjoy. Remember guys, the purpose of this channel is to share content that helps us grow as young people, because if you grow, I grow. If we grow together, the country, the future of this world is in better care. So remember, my name is Nokulunga, your host. Follow me in the socials and stay tuned. Bye.